Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Draw With Me Wednesday. I'm Miss Smith, and today we are drawing our last starter Pokemon, Bulbasaur. I've already started with a rough sketch. Again, I am working with a reference photo because honestly, this is the first time that I have ever drawn Bulbasaur in my life. So I want to make sure that I am getting it right for you guys. It's not going to be exactly like the picture, but the most important thing is that we try, right? Um, I have my rough sketch done. I am going to go back with a Sharpie marker. You don't have to use a Sharpie marker, you can use whatever you have at home. And I think I am going to start with the head because that looks like it is going to be the easiest place to start for me. I'm going to do the ears first. Bulbasaur looks like he's got like cat ears almost. His body is very like frog-like, but he looks like he has like a cat face almost. Right, I got cat ears. We're going to connect that with a curved line at the top for his head. Okay, again, does not need to be perfect. It's okay if it's not. All right, I'm going to connect that head downwards as much. I'm going to try and get it as much as I can. He's got a very round head, kind of like Squirtle. Squirtle's got a very round head. I'm going to go down with a curve line. I'm going to try to make that as round as I can. He's got a little bump out for his cheek right here. I'm going to continue to work down. And in the reference picture that I am seeing right now in front of me, his head is not all the way connected. So I am not going to connect that line right there. I'm just going to leave that there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do his eyes. His eyes are actually more triangular shaped than Charmander's and Squirtle's. Not quite like a cat, but almost. There we go. Right? He also doesn't have any black in his eye either, so it looks like it is mostly just red and white. So I've got my eyes. He's got the middle part of his eye right here. I'm going to do that with two ovals. Okay. He's got two nostrils for his nose, and also two lines above his eyes. Okay. He's got a very frog-like, I was going to say toad-like, either way, frog-like mouth. So it kind of curls at the end and then comes to a point in the middle, right below his nostrils. So I'm going to do my curls at the end, curl at the end, like that, almost like you're making cheeks. And I'm going to go inward and down. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm going to continue from this line right here underneath his head. I'm going to go down for my first leg. Okay. Back up. And then he has got three little toes, just like Charmander had. So they're kind of teardrop shaped. Okay. Let's do the back. So I'm going to go back here and curve all the way down. I'm going to do this front leg right here next. And that kind of comes right here in this little corner part of his head. And then we go down and down. Okay, same thing, 3 little toes or claws, and they are, again, teardrop shaped. All right. I have a line right here for the start of the belly. And in the picture that I am seeing, you can see his whole back leg. I drew my arms a little bit closer together, so I am not going to draw the whole back leg. I'm just going to draw a little bit, and that's okay. If you have space in between, that means that you have space for that back leg. I do not. So I am just doing that little part with a curve line and then just my little toes back there. Okay. I'm going to do this back leg, and it is curving. He is sitting down. I got my 3 little toes. And again, in the reference picture that I am using, these 2 lines actually do touch and overlap. That means that this line right here is slightly over top of the back leg. But again, I'm kind of spacing it out just a little bit more. So it is not going to be exact. I continued that belly all the way to that side. And then all I have left to do is just that little flowery shape on top. So I'm going to start on this side, and I'm going to curve out and then in, almost like an onion shape. Same thing on this side. I'm going to curve out and then in. Okay. It's got 2 more lines. So I'll do the same thing, curve out and in, and then a curve out and in. Okay. And that closes up with a little zigzag line, just like that. All right, I'm going to add one more line right here, just because I have one in my reference picture that I am using. And then all we have left to do is the spots. He has got 3 spots on his head. So I'm going to do almost like a rectangle shape, and then 2 more smaller ones on his head. Okay, he's got one on this leg. All right. He has got 2 on this leg, so one kind of near the bottom, and then one up here. Okay. He's got one on this leg. And then one on his back. And it's okay if these are not perfect. Mine is not perfect, and that's fine. That's okay. All right. I have Bulbasaur. So I am good to start coloring. But again, I'm going to erase my sketch lines first. I have got 4 colors for Bulbasaur. I did have 5, but I only need one kind of green. So I have a teal or turquoise. I have like a darker turquoise. I have a regular green, and I have a red, because I am trying to color him realistically, just like I did with Charmander and Squirtle. Again, you do not have to color him realistically if you do not want to. That is completely up to you. If you want a rainbow Bulbasaur, blue Bulbasaur, whatever color you want Bulbasaur. I personally like pink. It's my favorite color. If I wanted a pink Bulbasaur, I could have a pink Bulbasaur. But I'm going to draw him according to the TV show and Pokemon cards. There we go. All right, I'll have all my sketchy lines erased, so I am ready to color. I am going to start with a red. And in the picture that I am seeing, this outside part right here, not this little oval, but the outside part right here is red. So I'm going to color that in with my red. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have black in his eyes like the other two Pokemon do. All right. I have my lighter teal color for his overall body, not the spots, just the main part of the body. And again, I'm going to color in the same direction just so it looks a lot nicer. I'm going to take my time because I want him to look really good. I don't want to scribble scrabble. Boop, 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 boop. I actually don't know if he has a spot on that back leg right there either, so that's okay. You can add one if you want to. I am going to continue coloring my Bulbasaur. Da, 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 da. He is going to be the last Pokemon that I draw on this channel for a while, just because I have drawn 3 Pokemon at this point. And everyone wants me to move on to other subjects. So next week, I guess we're drawing Wednesday Addams because that seems to be the most popular request that I have right now. Everyone wants me to draw Wednesday on Draw With Me Wednesday, which is funny. So I think I'm going to do that. Not in the movie style, not in TV show style. I'll probably do my own kind of style with Wednesday Addams. I haven't really decided yet, but I think that makes the most sense. All right, I have my teal. I'm going to go back in with my darker blue or my darker teal color for those spots. I am going to leave the claws white because they are white in the picture that I am using. Just like with Charmander. Color in my spots. In the reference photo that I am using as well, there is some shading. I am not going to shade my Pokemon because I didn't shade the other 2 Pokemon. So I'm not going to worry about it. But he does have some darker green shadows around this bottom part of his back. And then your lighter green on top. Adding a little bit of value, your darkest to lightest colors. But again, I'm not going to shade today. I am just going to color him solid. So no shading, just solid colors today. I'll probably get into shading a little bit more on this channel as well. I think everyone, as well as me, I need more practice with it too, but I think everybody kind of needs more practice with shading. I need more practice with shading. All right, I have got my Bulbasaur and he looks beautiful. He does not look exactly like the reference picture, but that is totally fine. I am still happy with him. All right, guys, we are done with our 3 Pokemon, our 3 starter Pokemon. So we have Bulbasaur, we have Squirtle, and we have Charmander. And I did have some extra space. If you have extra space on your piece of paper, you can also do this. But I drew 3 Pokeballs that go with our Pokemon just because I did have that extra space. I figured that was a good use of it. You can do whatever kind of background that you would like, though. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this Pokemon series, and I will see you guys in the next Draw With Me Wednesday. Bye, everybody.